Good to be back in the studio. It feels good to be home. It feels good to be back in the seat. Oh my goodness. What a week, what a week, what a week. And I am super excited. We have a new series for you this week here on hashtag Rise and Grind. I think it's going to be emotional in some ways, sentimental in other ways. I think it's going to be impactful in a lot of ways, powerful in so many ways. I believe you're going to enjoy this week's series. I truly believe it. I think we're going to extract a lot of things, and I just have a feeling, I just have a sense that there's going to be some breakthroughs that are going to happen this week. I have a feeling, I have a sense that I'm going to get some messages this week. It's going to be a great series. It's going to be a great week. I am super happy that you're here. I am super happy to be back in the seat where I think we'll be able to do a full set of shows this week from this studio. Crossing fingers for those of you that are listening on the podcast. We are crossing fingers, but welcome to Monday. Glad you're here. Let's dive in. Good morning and welcome to the number one morning show in America. I am your host, Glenn Lundy, husband to one, father to nine, author, speaker, and the founder of 800%.life. It's 5:30 a.m. and it's time to rise and grind. Hey, good morning. How are you, my friend? Dude, today is Monday. That's right. Today is Monday, March 30th, 2026. And what's crazy is today is the very first and the very last time it'll ever be Monday, March 30th, 2026. So I want to make sure we make the absolute most, and I do mean the absolute most of this absolutely incredible day. I'm coming to you live from Lexington, Kentucky, where we got our first big mow in yesterday. That's right. It's official. We're in the new season. The grass is growing. The mowers were out. We got Savannah on one mower. We got Willow on another mower. We got Joel on another mower. We got Dad on a mower. Two mowers, different times, cycles. But yes, we got it knocked out. We got 10 acres of land out there. Boom. We got the first mow in yesterday. It's supposed to be 70s all week this week here in Kentucky. That's right. 75, 76 today. It's going to keep being in the 70s all week. We're here, folks. We are here. Spring is a real thing. It's legit. In the beginning, it starts with, a little bit of grass starting to stick out. And then in the beginning, those temperatures start to rise up. In the beginning, the energy starts to come. My kids were outside playing all day yesterday. The kids have been outside all weekend. My wife at one point was just sitting in the driveway. She was holding the baby. Yeah, Malika, you must be in Atlanta. I've never seen pollen like that before. The cars were just covered. Every car was just covered in pollen down there in Atlanta. It was wild. My wife was sitting in the driveway with the baby. Baby was just crawling around in the driveway, crawling around on the concrete. He was eating sidewalk chalk and all the good stuff. My kids went out in the yard. They had their helmets on. They were getting drug in a kayak by a four-wheeler as they went around the yard and picked up all the balls and all the baseball bats and all the pieces of trash and all the things that had been covered in snow or whatever over the winter. And so the yard got cleaned up. Yard got mowed. People were outside. Sunshine. And we're going to have that all week. Let's go. We are going to have that all week. Now, this is also coming off of last week, which was a wild week. Last week was a wild week. Sunday, I was in Atlanta. That's how I know all this pollen everywhere. I mean, seriously, I just thought people had dirty cars. I just thought, man, these folks down here in Atlanta need a car wash. I was thinking about investing, possibly opening my own little car wash down there because clearly, I mean, a lot of these cars just look like they've been sitting around for 3 years. Rust buckets is what they look like from the outside. But then I took a closer look, and it was just pollen everywhere. These cars, covered. There was guys out there with blowers blowing all the pollen off the sidewalk. I was like, oh my gosh. Speaking of oh my gosh, Jonathan Reth. What up, Jonathan? Thanks for being in the building. It's great to see you, sir. I absolutely stinking love you, man. You and I don't talk enough. So Sunday, I was in Atlanta. Wild, right? Flew to Atlanta. Monday, I spoke at the Drive Centric event in Atlanta. Great event. Love Drive Centric. Amazing organization. Had a great time. Tuesday, boom, back on a plane. Flying back to Lexington, Kentucky. Wednesday, me, my boy Fred, my boy Lou. We were pouring into the kids because we have our 800% elite teenager entrepreneur class on Wednesday. So we had that on Wednesday. Also got to see the babies and do all kinds of stuff for a little 24-hour stint. Gosh, this kid right here is a good-looking kid, right? For those of you that are watching the videos, that are listening, I just put up a son. For those of you that are listening, I just put up a picture of my son, my 11-month-old, soon to be 12 months old, soon to be a year-old son. So Wednesday, kids. It was all about the kids on Wednesday. Thursday, boom, I'm back in Atlanta. I am on the training camp show with Adam Marburger in studio, CBT. It was amazing. In between all this, just so you guys know, I'm playing around with AI, doing all kinds of silly stuff, right? This AI picture was super fun, but I'm just messing around, doing stuff with AI. I'm taking meetings. I'm all the things in between. Then Friday, so Thursday, flew back down to CBT. Then Friday, I flew to Cleveland, Ohio, where I was met at the airport by an amazing organization, and they dropped off a little gift for me at the airport, if you want to check this out. Well, hello.
How you doing, sir?
Look at this pretty thing.
Oh, it's pretty. It's gorgeous, man.
How are you?
Thank you so much for your purchase.
Yeah, awesome. Look at this thing. That's right, new truck. New truck for me. Let's go. Bill Harris. Thanks to my boy Aaron Harris. Got me hooked up. Got the new Ram. It's the bad boy. It's got all the things. All right, I better get in and get out of the way. That's right. Got me a new truck. I say gift. It wasn't a free gift. It's a gift, but it wasn't a gift. It wasn't like, here you go. You know what I'm saying? But it was nice to get picked up at the airport, got my new truck, which was great. Then I got to head over to Streetsboro Nissan, hung out with Jay and Sean and all the guys over there at Streetsboro Nissan. Then from there, I went over to, on Saturday, I went to Bill Harris. CDJR, and I had an amazing lunch with Aaron Harris's family. Just an incredible family, man. He's got an incredible family. His dad came and met up with us and brought his 3 nephews that had been working out at the ranch with him. He'd be working these boys, and it was amazing, man. That time up there was super, super cool. Between Streetsboro Nissan and Bill Harris, it was just an amazing trip up to Cleveland. Then I came back from Cleveland on Saturday, drove my truck back. It was a total of like a 9-hour drive because I made lots of stops along the way. But I drove my truck back from Cleveland, and then when I got back from Cleveland, I immediately realized that I was missing my backpack. I was missing my backpack. Now, for some of you, that might not be a big deal. For me, that's a big deal. The backpack is, this guy right here goes with me everywhere. It literally goes with me everywhere. It is right next to me. It's got my laptop. It's got my Remarkable, where I write my shows every day. It's got, this is my digital planner for when I'm on the road, right? It's got, there's some cash in there. Don't steal my backpack. There's a little bit of cash in there in case you just need a little bit of cash, right? It's got my headphones in there. It's got my running headphones in there. It's got my microphones for when I'm doing shows, right? When I'm doing shows on the road, it's got my microphones in there. There's a bunch of stuff in here. There's a bunch of stuff in here. That backpack right there, bro. Yeah, I'm singing. That's right. Backpack. That's right, Frank. So I realized I left my backpack, right? Like, this is after traveling for 9 hours. I'm like, oh my goodness, what am I going to do? And now it's all the way up in Cleveland. Now, obviously, there's options to get things shipped and so on and so forth. That's going to take a few days. It's going to do all this. I can play all the things. I didn't even have my keys. I didn't have my keys to get in the office today to do the show because my keys were in my backpack. That's where the keys were, right? I had a new key for the truck. If I wouldn't have had the new key for the truck, I would have noticed that I didn't have my keys when I tried to get in the truck, and I would have noticed I had my backpack. But because I got a new truck, the new truck came with a new key. The new key was sitting in the truck. Truck was able to start. I didn't even realize I didn't have my backpack, right? So I was like, oh no, this ain't gonna work. So yesterday was filled with mowing. Yesterday we went to church. Yesterday we had some of our friends come over and do some fishing. Caught a big old fish while he was out there. Yesterday was filled with all that, but it was also filled with about 3 hours of me trying to organize, bribe, do everything in my power to get this backpack from Cleveland. Now, guess what? Boom. My boy Don Brady, that's right, from the car business. Y'all be talking trash about the car business, but the car business is filled with amazing people. My guy Don Brady went out there in Cleveland, went to the dealership, picked up my backpack. Him and his wife drove 5.5 hours or whatever it was, drove down, and he handed me my backpack at about 8 p.m. last night. That's right. Thank you, Jim Tursky. I appreciate the offer, but I've got my backpack. It's right here, man. I got it. I got my backpack, but thank you to Don Brady and the people in automotive for making it happen. That's right. How many of you can say that, bro? I made one post, boop, boop. Made a post. Somebody was like, yo, I'm right here. We made a little deal, and Don Brady makes the trip, and I get my backpack. So it's been a crazy week. Not to mention, on top of that, hey, just doing a test real quick here doing shows every day, testing and all that stuff. Then on top of that, working out every day, having to find a gym, having to find a place, so on and so forth. Then on top of that, my Aunt Robin passed away last week. Unfortunately, I miss her deeply, right? So on top of all of those things, it was a very productive week. And it is the season. This is the season of productivity, a season of change, a season of things coming to life, right? That is the season. And while I was traveling around, because I had lots of time in the truck, I had lots of time on planes, I had lots of time in airports because I was getting to airports 4 hours early just in case, and then I was getting through security in 6 minutes every single time, which, hey, whatever. I'm super grateful that I had smooth travel all week. 5 flights, no delays, no cancellations, through the airport every time in 6 minutes. The show, we got it done. My business, my team got things done. My family, like, it was just awesome, right? A very, very, very busy week. But I had a lot of time to reflect, and I had a lot of time to think. And I thought a lot about this show. I thought a lot about you. I thought a lot about my business and where we're headed and my partnerships. Like my relationship that I've got with Frank Knox, who's on here today. That's one partnership that has really been blowing up and absolutely expanding at a just insane pace. I reflected a lot on my family and where we are. And as I was reflecting, it was interesting. It just kept coming to me, right? Like these words just kept coming to me as I was reflecting. And the words were, I won't say the words. The thought was, all of these things started somewhere, and now they're somewhere else. Here's what I mean by that. In the beginning, there was one kid. Glenn Lundy had one kid, right? Imagine that intro. My name's Glenn Lundy, husband to one, father to one. I could have made it work. Probably wouldn't have been as impactful, but I could have made it work. But in the beginning, there was one kid. Now there's 9. I reflected on each of those babies and what that is, the impact that they've made, and how that has changed the dynamics of my family, how that's changed the dynamics of me, how it's changed the dynamics of priorities. But in the beginning, there was one kid. Now there's 9. When it comes to this show, in the beginning, there was one show. Now there's been over 2,000. In the beginning, there was one person that popped on the live. Now there's thousands daily, millions over the years. But in the beginning, there was one show. In the beginning, with my business, I had one client. As a matter of fact, shout out to Tyler. Shout out to my boy Tyler. He was the first person to hire me after I had left the dealership. Tyler Cadillac Honda. But in the beginning, there was one client. Now I have thousands. We have thousands of people in our program. Thousands of people that are watching our training videos, thousands of people that we get the opportunity to shake hands with and build a relationship with. But in the beginning, there was one. Now there's thousands. So I reflected on that a lot. And when I say those words, in the beginning, right? In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. That kept coming to me last week. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God, is what it says in John 1:1. So this week we're going to launch a new series, and the title of this week's series is going to be In the Beginning. And we're going to dive into that. But first, before we do, you know what we got to do on this show? You know we got to do some dancing. Come on. For those of you that know. Those of you that don't know, this is the part of the show where I need you to hit that share button. That's right. I need you to hit that share button, because I believe if we can change the way people start their day, you'll make a massive impact on this planet. I truly believe that. And sometimes all it takes to change the way somebody starts their day is for you. Yes, you. To hit that share button. Let's go. Come on. That drop is hot. I like it. This is also the part of the show where I want to say good morning to you, and I want you to say good morning to me. Whether you're watching this show on live or you're watching this show on replay, say what's up, and I'll say what's up back. Now, when I say this, I'm talking to everybody. I need everybody, whether you're watching live, replay, whatever, I need everybody to say what's up, except for Ramon Ray. Ramon Ray is the only person I don't want to say what's up this morning. He's talking trash about the music, and so I'm out. Ramon, you do not say good morning. Everyone else, say good morning. That would be wonderful. All right? Good morning. Hold on, let me go back here. Let me back up. There it is. Mike Rendine, good morning to you, sir. Thanks for being here. Mr. Mike Larkin, thanks for being in the building. I greatly appreciate it. Frank Knox is in the building. Thanks for being here, Mr. Frank Knox. I appreciate it. Tosh Queen, is up in here today. Mary Lynn Wilkin, what's up, Mary Lynn Wilkin? Great to see you. Young Johnson, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Valerie Stone is in the building. Michelle Gravely is in the building. Kat Perez is in the building. All my folks over there on Clubhouse in the building. Wendy Reeves is in the building. Patricia Frudenberg, good morning to you. Luis Grafton Nonis, thanks for being here. Greg Becker, Russell Hill, Beth Lucchese, for Cheesy, Kevin Masciantonio is in the building. Spencer Nicholson, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Mike Larkin, I must be one of the few that dance badly in this chair. I do the same. Nathaniel Banks, good morning to you. Jonathan Rath, let's roll. Oswald, Joseph, Biename, thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Malika Starkari is in the building. Denny Russ, Scott Simons is in the building. Jim Tursky is in the building. Angela Hastings, thanks for being here. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Hey, couple quick announcements. I'm going to turn the music off. A couple quick announcements, and then we'll dive in. Real quick, we have a sales workshop right here in Lexington, Kentucky, May 19th and 20th. If you are in sales or you lead people that are in sales, send them to my workshop. Guess how much my workshop costs? $0. Why does my workshop cost $0? Because at the beginning of this year, God told me, and when I say God told me, I mean through prayer and like guidance for 2026, he was like, yo, bro, serve as many people as you can. Just serve as many people as you can. We'll take care of everything else, right? So workshop May 19th through 20th, free right here in my offices in Lexington, Kentucky. My guys will pour into you. I will be here. If you want to be a part of that, come join us. Also, reminder, I do have a couple books if you're interested. I got to put that on a different layer. There we go. I got a book called The Morning Five Simple Steps to an Extraordinary Life. You can download that book at themorning5.com, themorning5.com. We do have printable copies of this now too. The ebook is what you can download, but I've got some actually like little physical books that you can get in your hand. If you want one of those, just email Jessica@glenlundy.com. Jessica@glenlundy.com. She can send you one of those. I've also got a book called The Legacy Titles, 12 Proven Principles to Grow Your Business 800%. That's right. 12 proven principles to grow your business 800%. You can get that at anywhere like Amazon, wherever you get your books. The Audible is phenomenal. If you're an Audible person, check out the Audible, The Legacy Titles, 12 Proven Principles to Grow Your Business 800%. I've got that book as well. Also, we do have a Facebook group. Oh, that's the wrong icon. We do have a Facebook group. It's called 800%.life. Make sure you join that group. I noticed this weekend people are starting to post. There's some meetups that are getting ready to happen in Virginia. If you're in the Virginia area, I saw that there's some meetups getting ready to happen there. I also saw some meetups getting ready to happen in Pennsylvania. So make sure if you're in the Pennsylvania area that you can be a part of that. But if you're in the 800% Life group, you'll see some of those events popping up, and I want you to be a part of them. We also have a text community. If you just want to get texts randomly from me every once in a while, you can join our text community at 859-208-2351. That's 859-208-2351 if you want to be a part of the text community. And then last but not least, we do have an app, the Morning 5 app. It has been in the beta stage for the last 90 days. We're working out a couple little bugs when it comes to our store, but you're going to be able to take your points that you earn in the Morning 5 app and trade them in for Rise and Grind gear just like this, and 800% gear as well. So the Morning 5 app, you can download that wherever you download your apps.
A lot of non-believers are like, well, church people think they're better than me for this reason, or just because I don't do this or don't do that, then I'm going to hell, or God doesn't love me. It's like, no, he loves you. He
Right.
definitely does.
We are the champions, right? We're number one. We were number one in new car sales in the United States of America. I couldn't even golf anymore. I just drove around the golf course smiling ear to ear. One thing that I've experienced with my walk is as I've started to add to be a servant leader and applying that servant leadership to the business, it's different, man. People find it refreshing. Hope you guys will join us every Monday morning in the beginning.
See you guys.
So that was 9 years ago. That was 9 years ago. If you go on YouTube, you can find a bunch of episodes. If you go on YouTube and you type in the beginning with Glenn Lundy, you can find a bunch of episodes. I think we did 2 seasons or so. We did like 30 episodes of that show. And it was one of my all-time favorite projects. It was super fun. We'd do a show every Monday, me and my dear friend Darian Sanders. We would do a show every week, and we would put it out. And what's crazy is in the beginning, it was just an idea, right? Like, I thought it could be good for the dealership that I was running if we put out some good, positive, powerful content. I thought it could be good for my personal brand. I thought it could be good to help get Darian more exposure as he was trying to break into Broadway, which he ultimately did. But in the beginning, it was just an idea. It was like, man, I think that this could be good in a lot of different ways. And then in the beginning, that thought, that idea that this could be good, that thought became the word. It became the word as I asked Darian to join me. It became the word as I talked to my friend Brandon about filming it and seeing if he would be able to do that, because it was kind of a project we had to do outside of work. I thought it would be fun, and it was. As we made all these shows, we learned so many things, right? Like in the beginning, those words that I shared with Brandon and those words that I shared with Darian, those words started to become actions. And through those actions, we were filming and we were scripting and we were scheduling and we were shooting the videos, right, et cetera, right? And along the way, like, we didn't know what the heck we were doing, but we learned. And in the beginning, when we first started rolling the show out, very few people watched the show, but over time, that changed. And over time, the show changed as well. The show went from a weekly show with Darian Sanders called In the Beginning to a daily show with Glenn and sometimes others called #RiseandGrind. You see, if you think about it, there are a lot of in the beginnings in your life too. And what I've been blessed to be able to see and start to understand as I head into my, as I'm traveling through my 48th year on this planet, I've been blessed to see that if you start to look at your in the beginnings, you'll start to see the patterns of your life. And once you start to find the patterns of your life, then you can start choosing your in the beginning moments, knowing that they're going to shift and they're going to reshape and they're going to reform along the way. But ultimately, you're going to start here and you're going to end up somewhere else. Now, sometimes our in the beginning patterns, when we think back and we reflect, sometimes those in the beginning moments lead to places you don't want to go. Like, I can remember in the beginning, decades ago when I was making lots of poor decisions, in the beginning there was alcohol. Right? In the beginning, there was an invite to a party, right? In the beginning, there was this girl, right? But I really was reflecting on it last week, all these in the beginning moments. And now that I can see and recognize the patterns, and hopefully you can start to see and recognize the patterns in your own life, I can also say, in the beginning, I had no idea what I was doing. In the beginning, it was an idea, a thought that ultimately became the word, that ultimately became actions, that ultimately took me from where I was to somewhere else. So this week, I really want to explore that. Because I think sometimes we can look at the somewhere else. We can look at someone maybe that is a mentor of ours, or someone that inspires us, and we can look at where they are. We can look at their somewhere else, and we can ask ourselves, why am I not there? Or what did they do that I didn't? Or what are they doing that I'm not? Or why do they have that opportunity and I don't, right? We can look at other people's somewhere else. And I feel like looking at someone else's somewhere else can be inspiring and impactful, but it's not going to create any changes in our lives. No, what we have to look at is in the beginning. If you're gonna mirror someone, learn from someone, grow from someone, be impacted by someone, I think it's really important that you don't look at exactly what they're doing today, but instead look at what they did in the beginning to get where they are today. And so that's what I really want to dive in and explore this week, is those in the beginning moments. The in the beginning moments when it comes to your fitness journey, the in the beginning moments when it comes to your business and your growth and your finances, in the beginning moments when it comes to your relationship with God, the God of the universe, the God that made everything, the God that you are a child of, the God that loves you. In the beginning moments when it comes to building a family, the in the beginning moments when it comes to relationships with your friends, the in the beginning moments when it comes to your education, the in the beginning moments when it comes to your mental health. I want to explore all those in the beginning moments in you that ultimately have taken you from somewhere to somewhere else, from where you were to where you are. If we can identify those and repeat the ones that keep taking us to the somewhere else's that are exciting, that keep taking us from the somewhere to the somewhere else's that help us unlock our full potential. If we can explore some of that this week as we go into the second quarter of 2026, as we're here in the spring where everything's alive, I think it can make an impact in our lives. Does that sound fair? That's what we're going to do this week. Listen, I love you. I do. I absolutely stinking love you. If nobody's told you yet today, I want to be the first. I absolutely stinking love you. I do. And it's out of that love that I'm like, hey, let's roll through this week together. Let's roll through this week together. Let's head in this second quarter together. Let's start thinking about the in the beginning moments, and let's look and reflect on other people's in the beginning moments, so that we can discover the patterns that are going to take you and I exactly where we need to go. Cool? All right, I'm going to head out. You guys have a great day. I will be back tomorrow morning, 5:30 a.m. We'll do it all over again right here on #RiseandGrind. Peace. you.